Okay, we are live. If there is anybody in the chat section, let's just give me a quick thumbs up so that I'll know everything is fine with my stream. I'll know it. Just let me know, guys, if everything is fine with my stream so that we can start our today's session. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so everything is fine. So guys, in today's session, we are going to revise complete mathematics of GATE computer science, in which we are going to discuss through questions. So we'll see that in past 25 years, what type of question came from which of the topic. And also we are going to analyze that how we can solve the question in minimum time, right? With tricks and all those things. So we are going to see that in this session. So if I'll talk about mathematics, so you can divide mathematics in two parts. Okay. Yeah. So if I'll talk about maths, I have two maths in GATE computer science. First, I have engineering mathematics, and another one I have discrete mathematics. I told you previously so many times that in engineering mathematics, I have linear algebra. Calculus, and probability, right? In linear algebra, I told you that in linear algebra we have two important topics, that is determinant and then eigenvalue, eigenvector. Eigenvector. These two topics are very much important, and there are other topic as well, which are like rank, system of linear equation. You can add those topic as well, that is system of linear equation. And you will see that when we'll solve questions, then you can see that most of the topics are there, right? These three topics comprises all of the maximum previous year questions. We'll see that, right? And if I'll talk about calculus, in calculus we have two topics which are very important. One is limit, and I'll give most importance to this limit topic, right? You will see that in each of the year we have a question based on limit, and we can easily solve that limit question using L'Hopital rule, right? We do not have to remember anything, just know that how to differentiate a function, and using L'Hopital rule you can solve any type of questions. And then we have in calculus we have definite integral, right? Definite integral also help us in solving PYQs, right? These two topics, and you will see that I am going to cover each of the topic which I am writing here in previous year questions, and we'll see that, right? Probability. And in probability we have first of all definition of probability. There are so many questions based on definition of probability, that what would be the probability of getting a red ball, blue ball, all these things. And then we have one topic which is conditional probability, right? First is probability, another one is conditional probability, and then we have distributions, or I can say that random variable. So all of you know that I have two types of random variable, discrete random variable and continuous random variable. Discrete random variable, if a variable takes finite number of values, that would be discrete, so I'll call that discrete random variable. If it would take infinite number of values, that means I have an interval, then we'll say that continuous distribution or continuous random variable. And we all know that in discrete random variable we have binomial, and Poisson. These two are important, and one another we have geometric distribution. So these three distributions based on discrete random variable. And in continuous random variable, if I talk about in continuous random variable, we have first of all we have exponential, then we have normal distribution, and then we have standard normal, right? So you just have to remember all these discrete and continuous random variable, expectation and variance, and that would help you to solve the question. Expectation, variance, and probability function. Okay, so if you would remember all these things, then it would help you to solve all the questions from EM, right? Now next we have is discrete mathematics. Discrete mathematics is one of the weightage most weighted subjects in your GATE computer science, right? If I talk about EM and DM, around 13 to 15 marks are from mathematics, and from out of which you have 8 to 9 marks from discrete mathematics. Now if I talk about in discrete mathematics, first of all we have propositional and first order logic. Propositional and first order logic. Propositional and first order logic, right? Then we have set theory, then we have group theory, then we have graph theory, right? And graph theory is one of the most important topics from discrete mathematics. Why? Because you are going to use that in your data structures and algorithm, right? So that's why graph theory. So we usually suggest when students are starting that study discrete mathematics first, or in general start with mathematics, right? Next we have is, after graph theory we have combinatorics. This, from this topic we have at least one questions each year, right? Otherwise if they do not ask questions from combinatorics topic directly, they would add it with probability. So it's important that you would also know this combinatorics topic. Okay, so guys, at any point of time if you face any question, just let me know in the chat section, right? So just give me a quick thumbs up so that we can I'll know that we should start solving questions. All of you just take up pen and paper with you, pen and copy, so that you can solve with me. Okay, let me know, guys. So guys, we are going to revise all of the topics in this session, so guys be ready with me and just start solving the questions with me when I'll start from the next slide onwards. Before that, just give me a quick thumbs up in the chat section so that I'll know that you all guys are ready to solve questions, because I'm not going to solve, you just have to tell me the answer in the chat section. Okay, let's start. Yeah, so this is a question. It says that which one of the following option provides the correct values of the eigenvalue of the matrix. So I have to provide the correct eigenvalue of the matrix. So all of you know, to find out an eigenvalue, I have to solve the determinant. Determinant of a minus lambda is equals to 0. But you know that it would give me a cubic polynomial, and then equating it with equals to 0 would give me some lambda value, but that would be little bit lengthy, right? And I do not want to solve questions in a longer manner, right? I just have to solve questions in as much less time as possible, so that I can give more time to another questions which will be longer, right? Okay, Danish has given the answer 3143. Okay, so anyone else, guys? So guys, you can see that here, this is an upper triangular matrix. And if you remember, one of the important property of eigenvalue is that if you have a diagonal matrix, if you have a upper triangular matrix, if you have a lower triangular matrix, then the eigenvalue occurs on the diagonal entry. So on this diagonal, we have 143 value occurs. So that means these three are the eigenvalues. I'll directly take 143. I'll not go for any another option or in any solving or in any solution. Okay, so yeah, let's see another question. Yeah, this is a question from GATE CS 2016, guys. The question says that two eigenvalues of a 3 cross 3 real matrix P are 2 plus square root of -1 and 3. Then we have to tell the determinant of P. Just tell me, guys, what would be the determinant of P here? What would be the determinant of P? So guys, I just want everyone to solve all the questions, because we are going to revise from end to end your complete mathematics from GATE computer science, so you do not face any problem in exam time. Okay, so just be with me for 2 hours. I'll take you from first topic to the last topic, And I'm making sure that with each topic you would solve at least one question, one or two questions here. And at any point you would feel any question, just let me know in the chat section. Okay, so what would be the answer for this? Okay, so Danish has given the answer 15. Anyone else, guys? Okay, so guys, you can see that we have a 3 cross 3 real matrix P, but you can see that I have given only 2 eigenvalues, but we know that for a 3 matrix, 3 cross 3 order matrix, I want 3 eigenvalues. But here 2 eigenvalues given. So what would I do? I'll take, because you can see that this is something different. This does not seem to us real number, right? So can I write down this is what? 2 plus iota. Iota is a complex number. Iota is square root of -1, right? 2 plus iota. So you know that complex roots always occurs in pair, right? Complex root always occurs in pair. If 2 plus iota is a root, then 2 minus iota is always a root. And eigenvalues are the roots of quadratic equation. So 2 minus iota is another root. So if you will multiply these three numbers, now these three would be the eigenvalues, you would get 50. Right? Simple question. Let's solve another question. Yeah, this is another question, guys. From 2015, it says that in the given matrix, one of the eigenvalue is 1. The eigenvector corresponding to the eigenvalue 1 are. Martha, answer will be 15, not 9. Just check it once and let me know if you do not get it. Yeah, this is the question. In the given matrix, one of the eigenvalue is 1. Eigenvector corresponding to eigenvalue 1 are. So we have to tell them that what would be the eigenvector corresponding to 1. So guys, we know that eigenvalue, using eigenvalue, I can find out an eigenvector, but that would be a little bit lengthy. Because I have given the option, what would I do? Because I have given the option, what would I do? I'll take each of the vector and multiply with the matrix, because I know that a into x is equals to lambda x, and lambda here is 1. So a into x is equals to x, right? So multiply with these x values given to me. If I'll get an x, then I'll say that this is an eigenvector, otherwise this is not an eigenvector. Right? Simple. We do not have to make it complex problem. We do not have to go in solving and then we'll get the solution, because eigenvalue is finding eigenvector is not an easy task using an eigenvalue, right? So I'll use the options here to solve the question. Okay. So what would you get? So let me see what I am getting. You also solve. If I'll multiply it with 4 to 1, what would I'll get? I hope all of you know matrix multiplication. So 4 minus 2 plus 2. That would give me 2. And that would give me 2. And 1 to 1, 4. And this would be 9. It's not helping, right? So you can see that. So sorry, it would be 4. So this is not an x vector. This is not 4 to 1. So that means this is not an eigenvector. So let's remove it. So option A is not true. Let's check for option B. Minus 4 to 1. So I am doing for minus 4 to 1. So it would give me minus 4 minus 2 plus 2. That would give me minus 4. That would give me 2. Minus 4 plus 4 plus 1. So now you can see that this is giving me eigenvector. A into x is equals to x. That's the condition I wanted, right? So I can tick option B, and you can check option C and D as well, that they are not satisfying this condition. Ax is equals to x. That's why option B is true. I hope everyone gets it, that I do not have to solve questions from the start to end. I just have to go through the option and see which of the option is correct. That would save my time and gives me better result. And with better, what I mean, because if I'll try to solve questions by a longer method, then there may be a chances that I'll do some calculation mistake. That's why I'm saying that this method is better approach. Okay, let's see next question. So this is another question, guys. Just tell me what would be the solution for this. Just tell me, guys, how would we solve this? The matrix A has two eigenvectors, 1 2 1, 1 1 0, both with eigenvalue 7, and its trace is 2. We have to find out determinant of A. So what would be the value for determinant of A? Okay, I am giving you a complete view of the question, I hope. Just let me know what would be the answer here. So you can see that we have given two eigenvector corresponding to the eigenvalue 7, because we are getting two eigenvectors corresponding to a single eigenvalue. So that means that eigenvalue must be repeating, right? That eigenvalue must be repeating. So we have 7 and 7 two times. But because you can see that eigenvector is 3 cross 1 order, is of 3 cross 1 order. So there must be 3 cross 3 matrix with which these eigenvectors are taken, right? So that means this eigenvalue is from 3 cross 3 matrix. So I have to find out a matrix of determinant. I have to find out determinant of a matrix of order 3 cross 3. So I want 3 eigenvalues. But here only 2 eigenvalues are given. So what would I do? What would be my next step? But I can see here one more thing I have given, that is trace is equals to 2. So if you guys remember, or if you have heard this property, that trace is equals to sum of eigenvalues. Trace is equals to sum of eigenvalues. So trace is given to me 2. Let's take 7 and 7, 2 eigenvalues, and the third eigenvalues, let's take it lambda. So on solving, I'll get 2 minus 14. So lambda eigenvalue, I get minus 12. So that means we have three eigenvalues, 7, 7, and minus 12. So if I'll multiply, determinant would be product of eigenvalues. So 7 into 7 into minus 12. That would give me minus 588 as the determinant. So none of these would be the option which is correct. I hope everyone gets it, that why minus 588 is the determinant. Right, Danish. Option D is correct. Let's see another question. Guys, we have to solve fast. Yeah, this is another question. Suppose that the eigenvalues of a matrix are given. We have to find out determinant of A inverse transpose. So what would be the determinant of A inverse transpose, guys? Just solve it quickly. It would not take much of your time. So we have to find out determinant of A inverse transpose. So guys, if you know that determinant of a, let's say, B transpose, if I have to find out determinant of B transpose, it would be equal to determinant of B. So can I write down determinant of A transpose is equals to determinant of A inverse? And I know that determinants of A inverse would be 1 by determinant A. What would be determinant of A? Because I have given the eigenvalues, determinant of A is product of eigenvalues. That would be 1 into 2 into 4. That is 1 by 8. So this would give me 0.25. Sorry, 0.125. So that would be the determinant of A inverse transpose. Right, 1 by 8 would be the correct answer. Right, Danish? That is correct. What about other students? Solve it, guys. Yeah, this is another question. They are saying that A is a given matrix which is U into V transpose. Now I don't have given that matrix directly. They have given me two vectors, that is U and V. They are asking me that largest eigenvalue of A. Solve it. Right, Martha, 1 by 8 is the answer. So largest eigenvalue of A is, solve it, guys, for largest eigenvalue of A. So first of all, I need a matrix for an eigenvalue, right? So what would I do? I'll try to form a matrix. A is equals to U is what? 1, 2. And V transpose would be 1, 1. So if I'll form a matrix, I'll get 1, 1, 2, 2. Now form a matrix, find out an eigenvalue. So one option is you will take a determinant of A minus lambda and you will solve for lambda. But I know one more property which I generally use if I have a 2 cross 2 or 3 cross 3 matrix to find out eigenvalue. Let me tell you. So all of you know that trace is equals to sum of eigenvalues. Trace is equals to sum of eigenvalues. So sum of eigenvalues would be here. Sum of eigenvalues here 2 plus 1 3, right? And determinant here is 0. So that means product of eigenvalue is 3. Product of eigenvalue is 0, right? Product is 0. So that means one of the eigenvalue has to be 0 and sum is 3. So other eigenvalue has to be 3. Then I'll get sum 3 and determinant 0, right? So that's why largest eigenvalue would be 3, right? Okay. Yeah, right. Danish, 3 would be the answer. So this is the short trick. Otherwise, you can solve by determinant of A minus lambda is 0 and solve for lambda. Okay. Just let me know, guys, if there is anything. Okay. So, yeah, let's move forward. Just a minute. Yeah, we have already solved it. Let's solve this question from GATE CS 2003. Guys, if you know system of linear equation, then you can easily solve it. Just let me know what would be the answer here. Just try to solve it. A system of equations represented by A into X is equals to 0, where X is a column vector of unknown and A is a square matrix containing coefficient has a non-trivial solution when A is non-singular, singular, symmetric and or Hermitian. Tell me which of the option is true. Tell me, guys, which of the option is true here. This is simple question. Simple system of linear equation question. First of all, A into X is equals to 0. So that's why it's homogeneous system of linear equation, right? Option B. Danish is saying option B. Anyone else, guys? Anyone knows which of the option is true? Okay, let me tell you. Right? B is a correct answer, but let me tell you the reason. Because A into X is equals to 0. So if you remember, this equation has only two solutions. Either unique solution or infinitely many solution. Because when we have 0 in the right hand side, 0 always the solution. So there is no case of no solution, right? So that means unique solution and infinitely many solution. Infinitely many solution, right? If X is equals to 0, right, then I know that X is equals to 0 will always be the solution. Then that means A would be a inverse of A would exist, right? I'll take A inverse to the right hand side and this X would become 0. A inverse into 0, that would give me 0. So unique solution, that means trivial solution. We'll get 0 solution, or we can say that 0 solution. Both have the same meaning. So here I can say that determinant of A is non-zero, or I can say that singular matrix, right? Determinant of A is 0, that means singular matrix. But the question is saying, okay, so guys, Danish, option C is correct. Option A is correct because they are saying A is a square matrix containing coefficient has a non-trivial solution, right? If it has a non-trivial solution, okay, sorry, determinant of A is non-zero, that means non-singular, and non-trivial solution, that means determinant of A is 0, that means singular, right? Option B is correct. Got confused with non-trivial and singular, right? So matrix is singular. If determinant is 0, then matrix is singular, right? So we'll get option B correct. Okay, so that's the chart for homogeneous system of linear equation. In non-homogeneous, we have three type of solution: no solution, unique solution, and infinitely many solution. Right? This is a non-singular matrix. Okay, let's solve further. Okay, option B is correct. This is another question, guys. This is another question. They are saying that A, B, C, D and cross n matrix hai, and they are saying that each with a non-zero determinant. If A, B, C, D is equals to 1, it's not 1. It would be an identity, because matrix multiplication cannot give you a scalar value. It would give me always a matrix. So it would be an identity, I of n cross n. Then you have to find out B inverse. Guys, tell me what would be the value of B inverse out of these options. Just try to find it. Just remember that matrix multiplication is not commutative. It's associative but not commutative. So you have to keep in mind to find out what would be the value for B inverse. Okay. Martha is saying option B. Tell me, guys. So guys, to find out the value for B inverse, what would I do? A, B, C, D equals to I. Now I cannot take this B from the left hand side and take it to the right hand side directly, right? Because I told you matrix multiplication is not commutative. So what would I do? I'll first remove this A and then I'll move to B. So first I'll multiply A inverse to the left hand side and to the right hand side. A inverse I. Right? So A inverse A would become identity, and if I'll multiply any matrix with identity, I'll get BCD, right? And it would become A inverse. Now I have to replace this B because I want B inverse, so I'll multiply B inverse to both sides, B inverse CD, so it would become B inverse A inverse, right? Because if I'm multiplying anything from the left side, here also it gets multiplied to the left, right? You cannot change the order because matrix multiplication is not commutative. I hope everyone gets it. So B inverse B, again identity into CD gives me CD value, right? It would become B inverse A inverse, right? Now I can multiply, because I do not want A inverse to the right side, right? I want only the value for B inverse. So what would I do? I'll multiply A here. So you can see that if I'm multiplying A to the right of right side, right? So in the left side, I also multiplied at the right position, right? I cannot multiply it from the left, right? So A inverse A would become identity, B inverse become CDA, right? So which option is correct? Option B is correct. Right, Martha, option B is correct option. I hope everyone gets it that why option B is correct, because students get generally confused with this. Okay, so let's move forward if this is clear. Yeah. So guys, this is a question from GATE CS 2022. It says that which of the following is our eigenvector for the matrix given below. So you have to tell them that which of the following is our eigenvectors for the matrix given below. Right? Again, same thing. I'll multiply this because I know the definition of eigenvector. Ax is equals to lambda x. So if I'll multiply A with this I vector, and if I'm taking something common, I'm again getting this vector, then I'll say that it's an eigenvector. Otherwise, it's not an eigenvector. So let's do it. Solve it, guys, and let me know what would be the answer here. Just tell me, guys. I know this is little bit calculative question, so you have to solve it. There is no another method. So one thing you just don't have to do, you do not have to find out eigenvalue and then work for eigenvector. You just check by going through the options. So multiply with first eigenvector and then check the first vector that it's an eigenvector or not. Then go for the second, then third, then fourth. So let me know, guys. Okay, so let me solve it one for you, then you would check. Okay, so I'm checking this one, -1022, -1022. So if I'll multiply, what would I get? 9 minus 4 minus 8. 4 plus 1, 5. Right? Guys, check the calculation. 8. Okay, it would not be 4. Let me see what would be the calculation. 9 minus 4 and that would be minus 8. So that would be minus 3. Sorry. That would be minus 3. So just keep in mind while calculating. Minus 8 gets multiplied with 8. 8 minus 3, 2s are 6 and minus 2. That would give me 0. Right? If I'll multiply again, minus 20 plus 0 plus 16 plus 10, 26. That would give me minus. That would give me 6. Again, if I'll multiply minus 32 plus 14 plus 24, that means 38 minus 32. That would give me 6. If I'll take 3 common out of it, and I can see that -1022. Right? So a into x giving me lambda, that is 3 into x. So that means this is an eigenvector. So here option A is correct. But you can see that they are, so guys, in gate question they do not say directly to you that this is an MSQ. They have given is/r, so you have to think by yourself. So there may be a chances that it can be MSQ, so you have to check for each of the option. Right, just go for each of the option to check and solve it, guys. Let me know how many options are correct out of it. Solve it. So guys, if you will solve, you will get option A, B, C, all three are correct. Basic calculation, you would get A, B, C, all three are correct. Right? So let me know if there is any question till now, guys. Just let me know in the chat section if anybody have any confusion up to this point or in any topic up to which I have covered questions. Then we'll move forward. Otherwise, guys, just give me a quick thumbs up in the chat section so that I'll know that you are getting all the questions which we have done till now. Give me a quick thumbs up. Hello, Subhash. Okay, so guys, give me a quick thumbs up. Then we'll move forward. Okay, so yeah, this is a question. They have given 3, 4 vectors and they are asking for the value for A, B, C. So what would be the value for A, B, C here? What would be the value for A, B, C? So guys, just let me know how would you approach to solve this question. Just don't try to find out a value for A, B, C by finding out the equation. Don't do that. Just go through the option and see that which of the option gives you correct answer. So what would I do? First, I'll fill A is equals to 2, B is equals to 2, C is equals to 0. Then I'll check that this equality gets satisfied or not. Then I'll fill all the values given in option B, then C, then D, and then I'll get an answer. Right? Just don't start solving the equation. Guys, this is an important point for a competitive exam. If you have given option, just read the question carefully and go through the option. If it requires to solve from the question, then solve it from there. Otherwise, go through the options. Right? Just don't make it lengthy paper. right? So what would I do if I'll check the value a2, b2 and c0? Here I'll get 2, but this would become 4. Here it is 2, because 2 plus 0, that would give me 4. And in the left hand side it is 2. So option A is not correct. I'll check for B option. A0, okay, B2 and C2. Okay, B, if I'll put B2, so C2. So it would give me 2, 2 and 2 plus 2, 4. Okay, option B is giving me right answer. Right, Pratik and Danish, option B is correct here. So everyone gets it? Okay, so let's move to next question. Right, option B is correct. Okay, so guys, here answer is already visible, but we'll solve it. Right, so I told you before starting the lecture that uh, in calculus we have one of the important topic, which is limit. Right, there is always one questions from limit every year in gate exam. You can pick any of the paper. If there are some exception in any one or two, or let's say 4 5 paper, it is not out of these 25 years, then there will be a question based on definite integral. Right, so let's solve it. Martharaj, right, you have two options in these type of questions. Either you can rationalize or you can use L'Hopital rule. Usually I prefer L'Hopital rule, because what would happen, L'Hopital works in any question. Right, if I'm getting either zero, if I'm getting anywhere 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity form, L'Hopital always work. Rationalize sometimes work or not. Let's suppose if I have given limit x approaches to 0 sin x by x, and you can see that it is 0 by 0 form. Right, it is a 0 by 0 form. Sometimes in this question rationalize is working, but here I am not able to find out rationalize. So I just don't want to remember two concepts at a particular time, so I'll try to use L'Hopital. So it's up to you guys, whatever method you want to use, it's up to you. So just let me know guys if you get the answer is already visible. So I know that you would know that 0.25 be the answer, but just let me know you are getting it or not, you guys are getting it or not. So what would I do? I told you that I'll apply L'Hopital rule. Limit x approaches to -3, because I'm getting 0 by 0 form. I'll differentiate to the numerator. So differentiation of square root x would be 1 upon 2 root x. So it would become square root 2x plus 22. And differentiation of 2x plus 22 would be 2. Minus 0 and differentiation is 1. So you can see that already get solved. Now if I'll put -3, I'll get square root 16. That would give me 1 by 4. On solving, I'll get 0.25 is my limit. Okay, so this is how we approach Pratik. You can go through it. Just let me know if there is any confusion in differentiation or in anything. Just let me know, guys. Just let me know, guys, if there is any confusion. Otherwise, let's move forward. Yeah, this is another question from limit. This is a question from GATE CS 2022. They are saying that limit x approaches to 0 plus square root of x upon 1 minus e 2 root x, e to the power 2 root x. Right, so what would be the limit value here? Just tell me, guys, how would we find out this limit? So you can see that if you will put 0 in this question, you are getting 0 by 0 form. So I only know one thing, that if I'm getting 0 by 0, these type of forms, 0 by 0, infinity by infinity, we call these types of form as indeterminate forms, right? And whenever you will get an indeterminate form, you can use L'Hopital rule, right? So let me know, how would you solve this question? Okay. Anyone else, guys? Danish is getting an answer. Anyone else getting answer? So what would you try to do? You would differentiate, right? L'Hopital rule is I'll differentiate numerator and denominator together. Right, so let's differentiate. So what would I get? Limit x approaches to 0. Differentiation of square root x would be 1 by 2 root x. And differentiation of denominator, differentiation of 1 would be 0. Right, e to the power 2 root x. We know that differentiation of e to the power x is always e to the power x, 2 root x, and then I'll differentiate this 2 root x. Differentiation of 2 root x would be 2 upon 2 root x. Right, these 2 and 2 get cancelled. And you can see here that this, right, and you can see that this root x and root x get cancelled here. Now if you will put x0, so e to the power 0, 1. So you can see that minus 1 by 2. That means you are getting minus 0.5. So that means limit would be minus 0.5. Danish, it would be minus 0.5. Just check it once, guys. If anybody have any confusion that how I am getting this minus 0.5, you have to consider this negative sign as well. Na? So is there any confusion in this question? Guys, I am constantly looking at the chat. If you guys facing any confusion, just let me know in the chat section, because I am giving you time for this 2 hour, and you are also putting your time here, so you would know everything, right? You would get everything from this session where what I am teaching. So if there is any issue, any problem, just put that in the chat section so that I can help you and you can learn better. Okay, so let's move forward. Yeah, this is a question. It says that for what value of lambda is the function defined by fx is continuous at x is equals to 0. So what is the definition of continuity? That is left hand limit equals to right hand limit equals to function's limit at that particular point, right? So we have to use that to find out a value for lambda. So let's do that. So let's do it, guys. So here I can see that because I want to find out only one value. So can I write down left hand limit, or let's say instead of left hand limit, I'll take right hand limit. Right hand limit would be limit x approaches to 0 positive fx, and to the right of 0, what is the function? 4x plus 1. Limit x approaches to 0, 4x plus 1. I'll get right hand limit 1. And if I'll find out function's value at x is equals to 0. So equality in this one. So lambda into 0 square minus 2. So I'll get minus 2 lambda. So I know that because they have given that function is continuous. So I'll write down minus 2 lambda equals to 1. So lambda equals to minus 1 by 2. That will give me minus 0.5. So lambda is minus 0.5. Right, Martha? Minus 1 by 2 is the correct answer. So I hope everyone gets it. Let's move forward. Yeah, this is a question, guys. Again, the answer is visible, but they are asking that maximum value. This is a question from 1997. Maximum value of 2x square minus 2x plus 6 on the interval 0, 2. Right, so I have to find out maximum value for this function in this interval 0, 2. So let me know what would be the maximum value here. How do you find out a maximum value? Or as you can see that on board it is written option B is correct. So just check that how do you get this value B? I know that for maximum and minimum value I have to work for first derivative test, second derivative test, right? I'll take this f dash x from here. right? F dash x, that would give me 4x minus 2, and I'll equate it with 0. That would give me critical points. So x is equals to 1 by 2 is one of the critical point, right? But when we have a closed interval, or when we have an interval given, then the endpoints of this interval is also my critical point. So here x is equals to 0 and x is equals to 2 are my critical points. And when you have given a closed interval, to find out maxima and minima, you do not need to use second derivative test. Just find out the values at these critical point. Find out f of 1 by 2, f of 0, and f of 2. Out of these three values, the maximum value you would get, that would be the maximum value for the function 2x square minus 2x plus 6. I hope everyone gets it. So let's put 1 by 2 here. So 2 into 1 by 4 minus 2 into 1 by 2 plus 6. 2 and 2 get cancelled, and 2 2s are 4. 6 minus 1 plus 1 by 2. So that means 5 plus 1 by 2. That would give me 11 by 2. F of 0 would be 6, and f of 2 would be 2 into 2 square minus 2 into 2 plus 6. So that would give me 10. So you can see that out of these value, f of 1 by 2 is 11 by 2. That means 5.5. F of 0 is 6, f of 2 is 10. So the maximum value is 10, right? So I have written here 10. Let's suppose they have asked for the minimum value. If they have asked for a minimum value, that would be minus 5.5. Right, Pratik, 10 would be the answer. Okay, so if this is clear, then we'll move forward. This is another question, guys. It says that consider a random variable x that takes values plus 1 and minus 1 with probability 0.5 each. The values of cumulative distribution function fx at x is equals to minus 1 and 1 are. So let me know how to solve this. Guys, I'm checking that y answer is visible for all these questions. Just give me a minute. Just solve this. Yeah, linear algebra is over. We have solved so many questions from linear algebra. Let's solve some from probability. So we are going to cover each of the subject, right? So we have 4 subjects in mathematics. So we are going to cover each one of them. So let me know this question, how to solve this. So they are saying consider a random variable x that takes value 1 and minus 1 with probability 0.5 each. The value of cumulative distribution function fx at x is equals to minus 1 and 1 are. So we have to find out cumulative distribution function. So first of all, we have given probability density function, and they are saying that if x is less than minus 1, then we have 0.5 probability. Okay, it's not less than, it is given to me that x is equals to minus 1 and x is equals to 1. We have 0.5 probability. So if you remember, the cumulative distribution function capital F of x gives me the probability that x is less than equal to minus 1, right? So sorry, if I am saying that if I have to find out probability f of x, it means that probability capital X is less than equal to x, right? So if I am writing x is less equals to minus 1 here, so I have to consider all the probabilities which are less than equal to minus 1. So here only one of the probability is there which is less than equal to -1. So I'll add 0.5 here. When I'm writing x is equals to 1, so I have to consider all the probabilities which are less than equal to 1. So I have two probabilities, 0.5 plus 0.5, that would give me 1. So they are asking for the values. So I can see that 0.5 and 1 are the values which I get in cumulative function. I hope everyone gets it. So let me know, guys, if there is any question in this. Okay, so let's solve another question. Yeah, see, so we have this question. It says that two people P and Q decide to independently roll. Just give me a minute. Yeah. Yeah. Let's solve it. Two people P and Q decide to independently roll two identical dice, each with 6 faces, numbered 1 to 6. The person with the lower number wins. In case of a tie, they roll the dice repeatedly until there is no tie. Define a trial as a throw of the dice by P and Q. Assume that all 6 numbers on each dice are equiprobable and that all trials are independent. The probability that one of them wins on the third trial is. So tell me, guys. So this is a question from GATE CS 2018. Solve it, guys, and let me know what would be the answer for this question. So what is happening here, if you will see? The person with the lower number wins. That means if they are getting the same die, same number, then there is a tie, right? And they would repeat until there is no tie, right? One of them wins when any of the person would get a smaller number. So they are asking that probability that one of them wins on the third trial. That means on the third trial one of them wins. So that means at the first time they are getting a tie, at the second time they are getting a tie. And how can they get a tie? If let's suppose I am playing and one of my friend is playing, right? So if I'll roll a dice, then if I'm getting a 5, then another person is also getting a 5, then I'll get a tie. Otherwise, I'll not get a tie. So that means if I'm getting as the same number as the other person, then I'll get a tie. So let's find out first the probability of tie. Probability of tie would be that what I am getting. Let's say I'm getting 5. What would be the probability of any number? 5 would be 1 by 6. And another person would also get the same number, right? But there may be a chances that I can get 1, he can get 1, and I am getting 2, and another person getting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that, right? So I can have 6 cases here. So I'll multiply it with 6. Now if I'll cancel out this, so I'll get 1 by 6 as a probability of a tie. Right? Probability of a tie is 1 by 6. Let's find out probability of one of them wins. Right? One of them is winning, matlab we are getting no tie. And probability of no tie would be 1 minus 1 by 6. That means 5 by 6. Right? This is one thing I get from here. But now they are asking that probability that one of them wins on the third try. That means I am getting that means I'm not, anyone is not winning on the first trial. That means on the first trial there is a tie, on the second try there is a tie, and on the third trial one person is winning, that is 5 by 6. So I'll get 5 upon 216. If I'll write down it decimal, you will get something 0.023 as an answer. So I hope everyone gets it. Just a minute, sorry. Yeah, so let me know, guys, if there is any confusion that how we have approached this question. Guys, I'm telling you that probability questions are really very easy. You just have to read the language and understand what they are saying, then you would be able to solve it, because there is nothing. I just have read the question. Confusion in the tie. Okay, So when I'm saying that probability of getting a tie, let's say two persons are playing, when they would get a tie, right? They roll the dice repeatedly until there is no tie. Define a trial, a throw of the dice by P and Q, right? Tie is what? That if I'm getting one, another person is getting one. If both of us are getting one, that means no one is getting a lower number. That means we nobody is winning. That means the game is tie, right? So what I have done, 1 by 6 is a probability of getting a single number that I would get, and the other person also get the same number, that is 1 by 6 with the same probability 1 by 6. But there may be a chances na, one can occur, two can occur. If both of us are getting 2, both of us are getting 3, both of us are getting 4, both of us are getting 5, both of us are getting 6, so that means there are 6 cases. So that's why I have multiplied it with 6, right? And I got this probability 1 by 6. So let me know if there is confusion till now, Pratik. In this question, if you have problem, if it is not clear, let me know. Okay. चलिए बढ़े आगे. Let's move to the next question. So this is another question, guys. A box contain 15 blue balls and 45 black balls. If two balls are selected randomly without replacement, the probability of an outcome in which the first selected ball is a blue ball and the second selected ball is a black ball. Guys, before moving on, just want to tell you that GFG is having its 390 challenge, because I just have in mind. So I just want to tell you that this 390 challenge is very helpful. So there are, I think, 5 days left, for 5 to 6 days left. So what is this 390 challenge? If you will buy any course from GFG, then if you would complete that course in 90 days, that means if you would complete 90% of the course in 90 days, you will get 90% of the amount refund which you have paid for the course. So you can see that this is a win-win situation, because you would get your amount back, you would learn, because if you want to get your amount back, there would be consistency. So within 3 months you would study regularly. This is not for GATE students, because GATE subject is very lengthy. So I want just to tell you that you can tell your friends or colleagues, anyone who need this course, who need this challenge as well, right? Because that would bring consistency. The important point is consistency here, guys. Yeah. So anyone solve this question? Let's get back to this question. Anyone got this? So the question is saying box contain 15 blue balls. Simple question, guys. If you would read this question carefully, you would directly get the answer. The question is saying box contains 15 blue balls and 45 black balls. Two balls are selected randomly without replacement. The probability of an outcome in which first selected ball is a blue ball and second selected ball is a black ball. But before that, anybody can tell me what is without replacement? Without replacement, that means I'm not putting back the ball which I have picked from the bag. I'm not putting it back in the bag, right? That means I have kept that ball which I have picked with myself. I haven't kept that in back in the bag, right? That is without replacement. So box contains 15 blue. So I have 15 blue balls, 45 black balls. So in total, I have 60 balls. So first of all, two balls are selected randomly without replacement. Probability that first selected ball is a blue ball. So first blue ball, we have 15 balls that are blue balls upon 45, right? Then the second selected ball is a black ball. So we have 45 black balls. But I have already picked one blue ball from the bag. So because I have taken here 45, because I haven't picked any black ball, but I have picked one blue ball. So in total now, sorry, this would be 60, because in total I have 60 balls. So I have picked one of the ball from the bag, right? So out of 60, I am only left with 59 balls. right? Out of this 59 balls, I have to pick one black ball, right? So this is a probability, right? So what would I get if I'll solve this? 15 fours are 60. So on solving, I'll get 45 by 236. Option B correct. Right, Rushikesh. This is option B is correct. Okay. So I hope everyone gets it that why option B is correct here. Guys, it's been 1 hour. We were just solving the question. So let me know that in past 1 hour anybody have confusion. If not, just give me a quick thumbs up in the chat section so that I'll know that you guys are getting. So guys, keep the engagement in the chat, right? Because we are having this session online, so I do not know that how much you are learning or not. So I'm just getting it from the chat. So keep the engagement on, guys. Just give me a quick thumbs up in the chat section, guys. जल्दी से थम्स अप भेजो अगर नहीं आ रहा है, अगर आ रहा है समझ में, अगर नहीं आ रहा है तो लेट मी नो कि क्या नहीं आ रहा है. ओके, व्हाट अबाउट अदर स्टूडेंट्स? क्या और लोगों को समझ नहीं आ रहे? ओके, चलिए. और स्टूडेंट्स, व्हाट अबाउट अदर स्टूडेंट्स गाइस? चलिए, this is the next question from probability again. The question says that for a given biased coin, the probability that outcome of a toss is head is 0.4. The coin is tossed 1000 times. X denote the random variable whose value is the number of times head appear in these 1000 tosses. Then the standard deviation of X is. And this is a question from GATE CS 2021. So tell me guys, what would be the answer here? Tell me guys, how would we solve this? So before starting the session, I told you that you just have to remember all the probability distributions and their variance, standard deviation and expectation, right? That would help you to solve these questions. So you can see that if in this question, they're tossing a coin 1000 times. If we are performing any experiment n number of times, n independent trials if I am doing, then we call this as a binomial distribution, right? So this is my binomial distribution, and in this I have given n is equals to 1000, and probability of getting a head, because it is a biased coin, probability of getting a head is 0.4, and Q, probability of not getting a head, that means 0.6, and they are asking for the standard deviation. So if you remember, the standard deviation formula for binomial distribution is square root of n into p into q. N is 1000, p is 0.4 and q is 0.6. So you would get 240 square root. So on solving, you would get 15.49. Right, Rushikesh. So 15.49 is the standard deviation for this problem. So I hope you guys get it. Let's solve next question. So yeah, this is a question based on conditional probability from 2003, GATE CS 2003. So what the question is saying, P of E denote the probability of an event T. We have given probability A, probability B. They asked me to find out probability A given B and probability B given A. So find out guys, solve it. Let me know guys once you get the answer in the chat section. What would be the answer here? So what is the formula for probability A given B? So if you guys remember, probability A given B formula is probability A intersection B upon probability of B. So now you would ask that how would we find out A intersection B? So you can see here probability of A is equals to 1. If you know that if any event probability is 1, then it means it is a sure event. It is my whole experiment, right? So that means if I'm saying that tossing a coin, either I'll get a head or tail, right? So this is a sure event. Or if I'll say that probability that sun rises from the east, it is a sure event that sun cannot rise from the west, sun rises in the east. So these type of event are the sure event. So you can see that here probability of B is equals to 1 by 2, and they comes from one of the experiment. So B is a subset of A. B is a subset of A, and when I'm talking about A intersection B, I'll get B, right? I'll get B. So probability A intersection B would be probability of B, probability of B. These two values get cancelled, I'll get 1. Probability A given B is 1. Now probability B given A would be probability B intersection A upon probability of A. Probability B intersection A is what? What is B intersection A? B upon probability of A. Probability of B is 1 by 2 and this is 1. So we will get the probability 1 and 1 by 2. Option D is correct. Right, Rushikesh? Option D is correct answer. Right, so option D is correct here. So basic definition of conditional probability and definition of sure event would help you to solve this question. Okay, let's move forward. So this is another question from GATE CS 2017 based on Poisson distribution. Tell me what would be the answer here, guys. Solve it. Solve this question. Let me know how would we solve this question. If a random variable x has a Poisson distribution with mean 5, then the expression expectation of x plus 2 square would be. How would we solve this? Expectation of x plus 2 square equals. So guys, expectation has this property. Let me show you that x plus 2 square. If I'll expand this square term, so what would I get? X square plus 4x x plus 4. Right, so it would become expectation of x square plus 4 into expectation of x plus 4. So expectation of x is given to me, but the question is how do I find out expectation of x square? So guys, if you remember that mean and variance of a Poisson distribution are same, right? Mean and variance of Poisson distribution are same, so variance of x is also 5. Right, variance of x is also 5. So I can write down variance of x as expectation of x square minus expectation of x whole square equals to 5. So this is nothing but a variance formula, right? So expectation of x square minus expectation of x whole square, that is 5 square. So I'll get expectation of x square would be 30. So let's put that value here. 30 plus 4 into 5 plus 4, that means 54. So I got expectation of x plus 2 whole square would be 54. Right, simple thing. So I told you at the start, just remember all the distributions, mean, variance and their probability density function. That would help you to solve these type of questions. Okay. So yeah. So guys, from this slide onwards, we are going to solve questions from discrete mathematics. So before starting the session, before starting discrete mathematics, I just want to ask you that if there is any topic, if there is any confusion in any of the topic in linear algebra, calculus, and probability, or in engineering, whole of engineering mathematics, let me know. Then we'll start working on this discrete mathematics. So guys, just let me know, guys. Just a minute. Yeah. So let's solve this. So this is a question. It says that P and Q are two propositions. Which of the following logical expressions are equivalent? So we have to tell them that which of the following expressions are equivalent here. So tell me, guys, how would we get that? So we know that propositional equivalence, we have propositional equivalence laws. So I'm going to use that. First of all, I cannot reduce it further. So there is no meaning to work on it. Let's go for option B, statement B. So negation of negation P and Q. So I'll use De Morgan's law. If I'll take the negation inside, it would become negation P or negation Q. That would become that means P or negation Q. So it is equivalent to P or negation Q. So that means first and second are equivalent. First and second are equivalent. So let's check for third one. So if I'll check for third one, we have, guys, just remember all the laws you have studied. So you can take P common out of it. I can take P common. So what would I get if I'll take P common? P and P and Q or negation Q, and the last term remains same, negation P and negation Q, right? Now Q or negation Q, what would I get? If Q is false, negation Q would be true. If Q is true, negation Q would be false. So that means overall this value would be always true, right? This value would be always true. So P and true, we'll get this, or negation P and negation Q. If P and true would be, if P is false, this whole value is false. P is true, this whole value is true. So it would become P or negation P and negation Q. I'll write down P or negation P and P or negation Q. I'll use distributive law. P or negation P, always true. Similarly like that, always true, and true and P or negation Q would be P or negation Q. This is what? This is what? This is equivalent to P or negation Q. That is first one. This is not negation, right? So third is also equivalent. Now we'll check for the fourth one. Right? We'll check for the fourth one. But I can see that there is a minor difference between third and fourth. You can see here, right? There is no negation. We do not have a negation. So if what I'm doing here, I'm making changes in this one, right? I'm not solving it again and again, right? Negation क्यों हटा दूं, ये भी हटा दूं, ये भी हटा दूं, ये भी हटा दूं, ये भी हटा दूं. So what we are left with, P or Q, right? We are left with P or Q that is not equivalent to first, second, and third. So can I say that here only first, second, and third are equivalent? So option B is correct, right? So here option B is correct, guys. Right. 1, 2, 3 are equivalent. Okay, so let's move forward to next question. So this is another question, guys. GATE CS 2016. They are saying that consider the following expressions and the number of expressions given below that are logically implied by P and P implication Q is. So tell me, guys. So guys, the question is saying that how many of the above five statements are implied by this P and P implication Q. I just want to know that. So what I'll do, I'll make a table, truth table, PQ. True, 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 false, false, true, and false, false. Right? I'll write down, I'll find out P implication Q. Basically, I just want to find out the truth table of truth value for this A. Let's keep it as A. P implication Q would be true, false, true, true, and P implication Q. That means A statement. And A is what? P and P implication Q. I'm just writing it A, right? For not writing this long term again and again. So the truth value of A would be P and, so we'll get this true value, false value, false value, and false value. Right? This is the truth value of A. Now I just want to know that how many of these statements implied by this A. Right? So what would I do? I'll write down A implies first, A implication first. That means A implication false. I just want to know that. So true implication false, false. This would give me true, true, true. So that means this is not logically implied because I am getting false in one of the value, one of the position. Right? Then I'll check for Q. A implication Q. Let's check. A is this, Q is this. True implication true, true, false implication false, true, true, true. Right? So this is logically implied because we are getting all as true value. I'll go for the third thing, that is true. So A implication true. I know that this would give me true implication true, 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 true. Right? So this is also logically implied. Now I have to check for P or Q and negation Q or P. So let's first find out truth value for P or Q. Truth value for P or Q would be true, 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 and false. True, 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 and false. So now A implication P or Q. That means A implication, which option? Fourth option. This is what? A implication, third option, third statement. And this is what? A implication, second statement. So this is true, this is true, this is not true. I am checking for A implication P or Q. This would give me true, 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 true. This is also true because you can see that now this is A, this is P or Q. And similarly, you can check for A implication fifth by yourself. You would get all the values true. Right? Because I have solved this before, so I know that. Just check by yourself. So number of expression would be 4. I hope this question is clear. I know this is little bit lengthy and there is no another method which you can use to solve this. You have to draw this truth table. This is the only option you have to solve this question. Right? So should we move forward? Okay, so let's move forward. Just let me know, guys, if there is any confusion. Otherwise, solve this. Let's solve this question, guys. Just let me know what would be the answer for this. Yeah, so how do we solve this? Now they are saying if it rains, then cricket match will not be played, and the cricket match was played. So that means there was no rain. If it rains, then the cricket match will not be played. It did not rain. And there are inferences that their conclusion is that cricket match was played. Which of the following is true? Which of the following is a correct inference, guys? Tell me, guys, which of the following is a correct inference? So you can see that if it rains, if you will take it as P and cricket match was played, you will take it as Q. So you can see that if it rains, then cricket match will not be played. P implication negation of Q. This is my first statement. And the second statement is cricket match was played, Q. Can I write down negation of negation Q? Right? You can see that if we are negating on the right side, that is Modus-Tollon rule. If we'll negating the right side, we'll get negation of P. That means there was no rain. So this is true. But in this case, if it rains, the cricket match will not be played. P implication negation Q, it did not rain. So they are asking that it did not rain. But we know that if it rains, cricket match will not be played. And there is no rule something like that. If we have negation on the left side, what would be the result we have? We do not know if it, and you can see from the question as well, if you do not want to go through the you do not want to go through the laws. If it rains, cricket match will not be played. बारिश होती है तो क्रिकेट मैच नहीं खेला जाता है. बोल रहे हैं क्रिकेट मैच खेला गया है, तो इसका मतलब बारिश नहीं हुई है, राइट? क्योंकि बारिश नहीं हुई है तभी क्रिकेट मैच खेला जा सकता है, राइट? बारिश होगी तो नहीं खेला जाएगा, राइट? सो दिस इज ट्रू, बट दिस इज नॉट ट्रू. Yes, कह रहे if it rains, cricket match will not be played. It did not rain, right? It did not rain. So we do not know if it doesn't rain, what would happen? Cricket match played or not played. So this is not a correct inference. So I can say that L1 is a correct inference, L2 is not. Is this clear, guys? Is this clear, guys? Let me know. Just give me a quick thumbs up in the chat section if this is clear. Otherwise, we'll discuss if there is any doubt. Guys, so just give me a quick thumbs up in the chat section, guys, if you guys are getting what I'm solving here. L2 is not clear. Okay, so it says that if it rains, then cricket match will not be played. Right? P implication negation of Q, and they are saying it did not rain. So if you try to remember Modus-Tollon, then we do not get any kind of rule. If we have negation for the left hand side, what would be the impact on right hand side? Because we do not know what would be the impact. So if it is happening, बारिश हो रही है तो क्रिकेट मैच नहीं खेला जा रहा है, मुझे इतना पता है. लेकिन मुझे ये नहीं पता कि अगर बारिश नहीं हो रही है तो मैं ये इन्फ्रेंस नहीं कर सकती कि क्रिकेट मैच खेला जाएगा. अगर बारिश नहीं हो रही है तो बारिश हो रही है तो क्रिकेट मैच नहीं खेला जाएगा. दैट आई नो, बिकॉज यू कैन सी दैट यहाँ पे बारिश हो रही है तो क्रिकेट मैच नहीं खेला जा रहा है. लेकिन क्रिकेट मैच खेला गया तो मुझे पता है कि बारिश होती तो नहीं खेला जाता. बारिश होती तो नहीं खेला जाता, खेला गया है मैच तो मतलब बारिश नहीं हो रही है. बट क्या आप यहाँ से क्रिकेट इन्फ्लुएंस कर रहे हो? बारिश हो रही है, क्रिकेट मैच नहीं खेला जा रहा है और बारिश नहीं हो रही है, तो उससे मैं ये थोड़ी इंप्लाई कर सकती हूँ कि क्रिकेट मैच खेला जा रहा है. बिकॉज मुझे इतना ही पता है कि बारिश हो रही है तो क्या हो रहा है, बारिश नहीं हो रही है तो इसका रिजल्ट तो मुझे पता ही नहीं है ना, और कोई रूल भी नहीं दे पा रहा है. सो दैट्स व्हाई L2 इज इनकरेक्ट. जस्ट लेट मी नो इफ इट गेट्स क्लियर. Just let me know if it gets clear or not. Okay, so yeah, let's move to next question. Yeah, this is another question. It says that which one of the following is most appropriate logical formula to represent the statement? And the statement is gold and silver ornaments are precious. Following notation is used. Gx for x is a gold ornament, Sx for x is a silver ornament, Px for x is precious. Tell me that which of the following is logical formula, appropriate logical formula. Tell me, guys. So here they are saying gold and silver ornaments are precious. So we have to use the quantifier to get a appropriate formula. Just tell me guys which one of the following is correct. So here if you will see, they are saying that gold and silver ornaments are precious. So sometimes what happens, student says that because there is and, so we can write down gx and sx, this one implication px, but that would not be true, because gold ornaments are precious and silver ornaments are precious. If I'll take this option, then what it would say, for every x, if x is gold and silver, that means x has to be gold and silver at the same time. If x is both gold and both silver, x is both gold and silver, then x is precious. But if it is only gold, then it would be precious as well. If it is only silver, then it would be precious as well. And this statement is saying that both are precious, right? Gold be precious hai, silver be precious hai. So what, which of the statement is true? For all x, gx or sx, implication sx, either x is gold or x is silver, both are precious. So option D is true here. एंड देयर एग्जिस्ट का तो सवाल ही नहीं उठता, तो ये तो गलत ही है, ए और बी भी गलत हो जाएंगे. Is this clear why we have used or, because but we have given in the question and, right? So whenever we were using for all statement, then we have to keep that in mind, that what question is saying and how we are converting. We cannot directly convert the quantifiers that they have written and I'll use it, they have written or I'll use or. We have to see that. Okay, let's move to next question. So guys, this is the next question. They are saying this is a simple set theory question from GATE CS 1996. Tell me which of the option is true here. Tell me guys, I just want to write down A minus B union B minus A union A intersection B. So guys, if you have questions regarding set theory, so what you would do? You would use Venn diagram, right? Venn diagram is the easiest way to solve questions. What would I do? So if I'll draw a Venn diagram here, A minus B, let's consider this as A, let's consider this as B. A minus B would be this portion, right? I hope everybody knows set difference and Venn diagram. Just let me know if anybody doesn't know. B minus A would be this portion and A intersection B would be this portion. If I'll combine, take a union of all these three portions, what would I get? I'll get A union B. So option A is correct. A union B gives me option A. Is this clear, guys? Right. A union B is correct. Okay, let's solve next question. Yeah, this is the next question. They are saying that x is equals to E intersection F minus F intersection G minus y is equals to E minus E intersection G minus E minus F. Which one of the following is true? Again, you have to draw a Venn diagram. Just draw a Venn diagram and check. What would you get? Solve for x, solve for y using Venn diagram and see which of the area you are getting. If x is a subset of y, y is a subset of x, x equals to y, what you are getting. Right? So yeah, try to solve it. So let's try to draw a Venn diagram here. So guys, this would be, if I'll talk about E intersection F, this would be E intersection F, this green portion. Right? This green portion would be E intersection F and I have to subtract F intersection G. This is F intersection G. If I'll subtract green portion, if I'll subtract orange portion out of green, what would I left with? I left with this. So this portion is nothing. This is my X portion. Let's solve for Y. I'll do the same thing for Y, right? So Y would be this. E is my complete green circle. E intersection G is this orange portion. I have to subtract it. So on subtracting, I am only left with this portion. Then I have to subtract E minus F. E minus F is this portion. This orange portion is E minus F. And if I subtract this out of green portion, I am left with only this. So this is my Y. So you can see that X is equals to Y. So that's why option C is correct. Right? So that's why option C is correct here. You guys get it that why option C is correct? Simple question, guys. So that's why we are not wasting so much time on this set theory. Set theory has the simplest solution. Let's solve this. Gate CS 2000. It says that PS denote the power set of S. Which one of the following is always true? I hope everybody knows what is power set. Just let me know in the chat section, guys, what is power set. Just let me know, guys, what is power set. Power set is set of all subsets, right? Power set is set of all subsets of a set S. Then we'll say that that is a power set of S. So they are saying that power set of S. Let's take S as A comma B. So if I'll find out power set of S, I'm taking just one example. Then I'll get phi and curly bracket A, curly bracket B, and then AB. Or I can say this as well. So they are saying that power set of S is equals to power set of S. That means if I'll take, so set S has cardinality of S is 2, then I know that power set of S is cardinality is 2 to the power 2, that is 4. If I'll find out cardinality of power set of S, then it would become 2 to the power 4. That means 16. So that is not true. And if I'll take an intersection of power set of S. If I'll take a power set of S, let's see. I'll get phi, right? Phi is null set, right? And then I'll come to each of the element. Then we have curly bracket phi, curly bracket A, and we'll move on like that. If I'll take an intersection of these two, so you can see that none another element would be in intersection. But here is a phi, here is a phi. So their intersection would be phi, right? What would be their intersection? Power set intersection, power set of S. Their intersection is nothing but phi, but they have written curly bracket phi. This is a guys, there is a difference. Just understand this. This is a null set. This is a singleton set. This is a singleton set which has one element which is null set. Here, this is a null set only. So B is also not true. If I'll take an intersection of set and power set, that is not power set of S. This is also not true. DS does not belongs to power set of S. That is also not true. S always belongs to power set of S. Right? So that's why option E is correct here. None of the options are true out of A, B, C, D. So I hope you guys get it that why this is true. Right? So let's move forward. Yeah, guys, answer this question. This is a simple question. The number of elements in the power set of this set. Number of elements in the power set. Simple question, guys. Let me move it from here. Just tell me what would be the number of elements in the power set. How many elements would be there in the power set? Anyone, guys? Anyone can answer? Okay, what about other ones? Guys, I'm waiting, just answer. Guys, just tell me what is the definition of set. Set is a well-defined collection of distinct objects, right? Set is a collection of well-defined objects, well-defined distinct objects, right? So if I'm talking about set, So if I'll write down any numbers in this curly bracket, then it would become a set, right? But here you can see that this is what, this is a set, this is individually a set. So if I'm writing 2 comma 1 comma 1, it doesn't matter how many times I'll repeat 1, right? So this is nothing but 2 comma 1, and we know that order does not matter, right? So can I write down this element as 1 comma 2, and this element also as 1 comma 2? So you can see that this is, it has 3 elements, that is 1 comma 2, 1 comma 2, 1 comma 2, but they are again same. I told you that set is a collection of well defined distinct objects, right? So I can write down this as nothing but 1 comma 2, right? So that means this set has only one element, right? This set has only one element. This is only just a representation, but in general this set has only one element. So how many elements would be there in the power set? 2 to the power 1, that is 2. So that's why option D is correct instead of 8, because this question students made mistake every time. They would write 8, right? Because they can see directly that it has 3 elements. 2 to the power 3 would be the answer, but that's not how it works. Okay, so let's see. R be a relation on the set of positive integers such that A related to B if and only if A and B are distinct and have common divisor other than 1. Just tell me what would be the answer here. Tell me, guys. It is transitive, reflexive, or symmetric. So what we want from here? So you can see that A is related to B if and only if GCD of A and B are distinct, and GCD of common divisor of A and B other than 1, right? It is not reflexive. Why it is not reflexive? Because GCD of A comma A would not be 1, and A is not equals to A would not be true. And if I'll talk about symmetric, so what is symmetricity property, guys? If A related to B, then B related to A. Let's suppose A is related to B, that means A is not equals to B and GCD of A comma B is 1. So can I write down B is not equals to A and GCD of B comma A is 1? So that means B is related to A. So that means it is symmetric. It is symmetric. But if I'll check about transitivity, so can I write down this as 2 comma 3, or let's say 2 comma, if I'll take 2 comma 4 and 6 comma 2. So this is related, 2 is related to 4, 6 is related to 2, but if you will take transitive, so we would get 2 comma 2. Sorry guys, I have taken a wrong example. Right, let's take 2 comma 4, or let's say 2 comma 6, 2 comma 6 and 6 comma 3, right? 2 comma 6 are related, 2 and 6 are related. Why? Because why 2 and 6 are related? Because their GCD is 1, GCD, they are not equal, and GCD is 2, that is not 1. 6 comma 3 is related, GCD is 3, that is not 1. But if I'll take their transitive, so I'll get 2 comma 3. They are not equal, but their GCD is not 1, so that's why it's not transitive. So it is not reflexive but symmetric, but not transitive. So I can say that R is symmetric but not reflexive and transitive. Option D is true. I hope you guys get it, that why option D is true. Okay, so if it is clear, let's move forward. Yeah, this is another question, guys. So do you guys know the definition of a function? You just have to use it. So tell me, this is question from mock 2016, that which of the following relations are not functions? So tell me, guys, which of the following relations are not functions? Tell me, guys. So function has a definition. What is a function definition? That it maps a single element. It cannot map a single element to 2 elements, right? And domain must be completely used up. So let's see in which of the statement it's not matching. Okay, so let's see. So you can see that in A, B, C, here domain is A. It is not completely used up, so option first is not true. And if I'll talk about B, A maps to P, P maps to Q, C maps to S, D maps to R. So this is a function. It says that A maps to B maps to S, and B maps to R. So you can see that B is mapping to S, B is mapping to R. So this would not make a function because B cannot map to a single element from the left hand side, cannot map to two elements. So first and third are not relations, not functions. So guys, just remember, when you have given a question, read that question carefully. They're asking for not functions, because sometimes what happens, whenever student get a right option, they can tick it, right? Just don't do that. So they are saying for not functions, so first and third are not functions. Option C is true, right? So let's move forward. Yeah, this is another question from function. It says that function is defined, f of n is equals to f of n by 2 if n is even, f of n is equals to f of n plus 5 if n is odd. Then we have to find out set of distinct value that f takes. That means we have to find out range of f. So try to find out that. Just try to find out the range value for this function f. So as you can see that its domain is positive natural number and codomain is also positive natural number. So start finding out by f of 1. Right, start finding out from f of 1. So what would you do here? What would you do, guys? You would find out f of 1. 1 is odd. 1 is odd, so 1 plus 5, that means f of 6. 6 is even, so that means 6 by 2, that is 3. 3 is odd, that means 3 plus 5, that is 8. 8 is even, that means f of 4. So we have to solve it until we get a certain point. F of 4, 4 is even, so 4 by 2, that is 2. F of 2, it would become f of 1. So we have started with f of 1 and we have reached to f of 1. Right? And if I'll find out f of 2, f of 2 is nothing but f of 1. If I'll find out f of 3 is nothing but f of 1. F of 4 is nothing but f of 1. But if I'll try to find out f of 5, 5 is what? F of 5 plus 5, that is f of 10. 10 by 5, f of 5. So that means I'm getting this distinct value. But if I'll solve for f of 6, I'll get again f of 1. F of 7, let's solve for f of 7. F of 7 is nothing but f of 7 plus 5, because 7 is odd, right? That would give me 12. F of 6, 12 is even. So f of 6 is only f of 1. Right? F of 8 is f of 1. So if you would solve for f of 9, let's solve for f of 9. 9 plus 5, 14. F of 14 would be f of 7, because 14 is even. F of 7 gets reduced to f of 1. So you can see that. You can see here that all the values we are getting only two distinct values, either f of 1 or f of 5. Otherwise we are getting f of 1 every time. So you would solve for f of 10, you would get f of 5. If you would solve for f of 11, f of 12, you would get again f of 1. So that means all the multiples of 5 gives you f of 5 and all other numbers gives you f of 1, so using this function. So maximum possible size would be, guys, what would be the maximum possible size here? So because we are getting only two values, that so maximum possible size would be 2. I hope everyone gets that. Just give me a quick thumbs up in the chat section if this is clear. Guys, give me a quick thumbs up in the chat section. Otherwise, if there is a doubt, please ask. Guys, if you get it, give me a quick thumbs up so that we can move forward to more questions. Guys, do you get it? Just let me know in the chat section, guys. So let's see next question. So this is another question. It says that, just a minute. Yeah. Okay, so this is a question. It says that this set is a group under multiplication modulo 15. We have to find out inverse of 4 and 7 respectively. So what would I do? Because we have given these options, so I'll go through the option. What is an inverse definition? If I'll multiply a particular number with another number, and if I'll get an identity, I'll say that that is an inverse. Otherwise, that's not an inverse. So what would I do? I'll go through the options, right? I do not solve it directly from the question, because that would be lengthy. So what would I do? 4 into 3, that would gives me 12, not 1. 4 into 2 gives me 8, that is not equals to 1. 4 into 4 gives me 16. The group is modulo 15, multiplication modulo 15. So if I'll write down 16 modulo 15, because if I've done 12 modulo 15, 8 modulo 15, I'll not get 1, right? 16 modulo 15, I get 1, right? So that's why 4 is an inverse. 4 is an inverse of itself, right? But I have to check for 7 as well. So 7 is 13. So if I'll solve this, I'll get 91 modulo 15. That would give me 1. So that means 4 and 13 would be the inverse. Simple question, guys. This is a simple question. Okay, this one is really simple. Let's see the next question. So this is the next question. It says that set H of all 3 cross 3 matrices of this type. So this is a group, monoid but not a group, semi-group but not a monoid, neither a group nor a semi-group. So guys, group has 4 properties. What are those properties? That first of all, closure exists. If I'll multiply any two matrices, so you can see that this is an upper triangular matrix. If I'll multiply any two upper triangular matrix, I'll get again an upper triangular matrix. That means closure exists. Second property is associativity. I already know that matrix multiplication is associative. So this is associative. Next property, what we have in identity. So I have an identity matrix. Identity matrix is an upper triangular matrix. Inverse, because you can see that this ABC is not equals to 0. And if I'll find out determinant of this upper triangular matrix, that would be A into B into C. Determinant is non-zero. If determinant is non-zero, then the matrix is not singular. So I can find out its inverse. So inverse exists. So you can see that all 4 properties get satisfied. So that's why it's a group. Simple question, guys. Simple question. You just don't have to solve for this. Right, so let's move forward. Yeah, so this is another question. Just solve it by yourself. Just take a quick screenshot. This simple question based on group. I told you 4 group properties you have to solve by yourself. Okay, so guys, this is a question from Lattice. So we have one topic which is partial order. So we have this question from there. So let me know. So they are saying that S is equals to 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 5. This is set given. And we have to add one of the element from the option, one of the ABCD options, so that we'll get a complete lattice. So we have to get a lattice. So tell me which of the option is true. So guys, I have studied that in a lattice, we have to draw a Hesse diagram. If I'll get a single top and single bottom, then I'll say that it's a lattice. Right? I just only require single top and single bottom. So I'll do that. So what would I do? Let's draw it. 1, 2 and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 and 1, 3, 5. Okay. We have one point as well, that is 1, 3, 5. And this is, we have 1, 2, 4. Right, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is a subset of this one, and this one. Guys, you can see that we have a single top, but we have 2 bottoms. Right, single top, but 2 bottoms. So you can see that if I'll add this first option, let's see first option. If I'll add this one, so that means I'll get single bottom. So that means option A is true. Right, I do not have to go for more option. So because only adding one element, I'll get this lattice. So I hope this is clear that why it is a lattice. So just draw a hazy diagram. Using a hazy diagram, just check that if we are getting a single top and single bottom, right? So let's see further. So guys, this is another question. Which of the following are true for an undirected graph? These are the questions from graph theory. Number of odd degree vertices is even, sum of degree of all vertices is even. Which of the option is true, guys? Tell me which of the option is true. So this is directly handshaking lemma, right? Sum of degree of all vertices is even. What is the formula? That uh, if I'll take sum of degree of all the vertices equals to twice the number of edges. And if I'll apply sum of the, if I'll divide the left side degree, odd degree vertices and even degree vertices, and if I'll take even degree vertices to the left hand side, then the right hand side would be whole even, then number of odd degree vertices would also be even. Okay, just a minute. Yeah, so then odd degree vertices, number of odd degree vertices you would get as even. So here both P and Q are true. Option C is true, right? So I hope this is clear that why option C is true. Let's move forward. So guys, this is a question from GATE CS 2012. Simple undirected planar graph on 10 vertices with 15 edges. G is a connected graph. Then we have to find out number of bounded faces in any embedding of the graph on the plane is equal to. So we have to find out number of bounded faces. So guys, if you remember, we have one Euler formula. Euler formula says that for connected planar graph, n minus e plus r is equals to 2. Number of vertices 10 given, edges 15 given, and faces I'll get it from here. So from here I'll get 7 faces, but they are asking for bounded faces. So we have one unbounded face and other ones are bounded. So 6 bounded faces we have. So that's why option D is true. Right? So that's why option D is true. So I hope this is clear. Simple formula, direct formula based question. Generally, it doesn't happen that GATE asks this direct formula based, but this is the question. But they have added one condition here that you have to go for bounded faces. Generally, students do not check for they are asking for bounded or what. They ask for a face and check for 7 option. Right? So let's move forward. Yeah, guys, this one is a question. It says that which one of the following is not planar? So what is the definition for a planar graph? Can anyone tell me that what is the definition for a planar graph? Planar graph is a graph in which any two edges do not intersect each other than the vertices, except vertices. So you can see that here in all the graphs you would say that it's intersecting. So that's why I can find out a planar representation of any graph, right, in which they are not intersecting. So first of all, this is planar, no edges intersecting other than vertex. But in this one, if I'll take this vertex, this edge, if I'll take this edge from the outside, then graph remains same, but only the representation is different. So this is also planar. But if I look at this, if I'll take this edge from outside and this edge from outside, so you can see that again no edges intersecting each other except vertices. So this is not planar, this is planar. So let's see for this. But if I'll take this edge from outside, but I cannot take any of the edge outside, because if I'll take any of the edge outside, it would intersect this outer edge. So that's why G1 is not planar. Option A is true. Just remember, guys, I'm saying again and again, while solving question, when they are asking for not planar, just see the question carefully, because what happens, students get first graph which is planar, they would take that option. Don't do that. Just don't do silly mistakes, right? The question, just don't try to make a mistake in that. Okay, because it happens with the students come to me and tell me that by mistake they have done that. Just don't do that, because 1 or 2 marks would make so much difference in GATE exam. Yeah, they now you have to find out chromatic number for this graph. So what is a chromatic number? In chromatic number in a graph, we have to color the graph in such a way so that any of the two adjacent edges do not have the same color, and we have to use minimum number of colors, and that minimum number of colors is chromatic number. So tell me in this graph, what is a chromatic number? Tell me guys, what is a chromatic number here? So what would I do? I'll start coloring. Let's say I'll give color A to this, B to this, then I can give color A, then B, then A, then B, then A, then B. But here I cannot give either A nor B, right? If I'll give A, then it is adjacent to A vertex. If I'll give B here, I'll get adjacent to this B vertex. So I'll give another color, that is C. So that means how many minimum colors are required? 3. Guys, chromatic number questions are really very easy. You just have to understand this concept that you have to color the vertex such that no two edges have the same color, and you have to find out minimum number of colors for that. Okay, so let's see next question. Guys, this is a question from combinatorics. If you have heard a pigeonhole principle, so this is a question from pigeonhole principle. So anybody, the question says that the minimum number of cards to be dealt from arbitrary shuffle deck of 52 cards to guarantee that 3 cards are from the same suit is. What would be the minimum number of cards? Tell me guys. So first of all, I have 4 suits in a deck, right? I have spades, I have clubs, I have diamonds, and I have hearts, right? So does anybody know what is pigeonhole principle? Do anybody knows what is pigeonhole? Pigeonhole principle says that if we have 20 pigeonholes and 21 pigeons, then at least one pigeonhole has more than one pigeon, right? That is my pigeonhole principle. I have to use that. So you can see that we want to guarantee that 3 cards are from the same suit, and we have to take a minimum number of cards from that. These type of question based on this pigeonhole principle question, guys, interviewer also ask, right? You can see some companies question, they can also ask these type of questions. So they are asking that 3 cards from the same suit, how many minimum number of cards I have to pick? So if I'll pick 2 cards from spades, 2 cards from clubs, 2 cards from diamond, 2 from hearts, and then I'll add 1 card, right? So you can see that I'll take minimum number of cards, because if this 1 card spade, then I have 3 cards from spade. If I have 1 card of club, then I have 3 cards of club. This last card is diamond, then I have 3 diamond. If this last card is heart, then this is 3 hearts. You can see that I do not have to take more than 3 cards from any of the deck, any of the suit, right? So you can see that how many minimum number of cards? 9. So which option is true? Option C is true. I hope this is clear to everybody. So guys, that's all from my side for the complete revision of engineering mathematics and discrete mathematics. I hope we have covered all the questions and this session would help you. So just let me know if there is any confusion from the start to end in this session. Just let me know, right? Let's take just 1 minute, and guys, we are going to have some more revision sessions on different subjects on this channel. And also, if you want to go more revision sessions, if you want to check more revision sessions, we are having on our channel, that is GeeksforGeeks GATE channel, right? So just write down GeeksforGeeks GATE, it would take you to our GATE channel, right? And there we are going to have more sessions. And also you can do I get the PDF? I don't think I would be able to share the PDF here. Okay, I'll add my team to add this in the description box, right? So you would get the PDF from there, right? In the description you can download it. So by tomorrow it would be able to, you would be able to get this PDF. Okay, so is there any another question, guys? Just let me know. Okay, so yeah, so guys, if you want the if you want to see more sessions like this, you can go to our channel, Geeks for Geeks GATE channel, and there we are having more sessions like this. And also on this channel we are going to have more sessions, so be with us. If you haven't subscribed it, subscribe our channel. And yeah, we would be having so much sessions up to your exam. So we have an exam 3rd of February, which is for GATE data science. We are going to have sessions for that, and we are going to have sessions for GATE computer science, which will be on 11th of February. So guys, so don't go anywhere, just check this channel continuously, you will get more sessions like this. Thank you. So yeah, thank you guys.